Hey everyone, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and today I'm joined by
Nathan Nerdarch.
Don't Call It a Comeback. We've been here for years. Jump down the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So, as the intro stated, we have been here for a bit, going on 5 years now.
Yeah, this is year 5 for Nerdarchy, which is pretty darn cool. There's been a lot of great stuff that's happened. Ups and downs throughout it all.
Yeah, but what's been consistent is the channel's been growing and evolving the whole time. As you can see, we are up in the game pretty much across the channel.
Yeah, I mean, the stages of equipment that we've used. The channel started off with, us recording. I mean, we're still here in Ted's basement, but, we've been, we started off with an iPhone with an external mic.
A propped up external mic.
just to, get our first videos. I can still recall sitting in the blue armchair that has gone away, doing my Star Wars rant, as my first video, and the last time I looked, it had 250 some views from 4.5 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, so we've gone from that to 2,500 views per.
You can get 10 times that in a day on a video, and it's just it's like, wow, this is awesome. I love to see what it's done. But our first videos, they were, one person sitting there talking to the camera, without that back and forth that Nerdarchy has come to be as our thing, and I love that. We had the banner in the background, which is something that my mom sewed, and it was, covering a whiteboard, and it was majorly done to block the background, because you saw my mini shelf and my board games and the stairs out of my basement, the background kind of ebbed and flowed and changed as we kept trying new things to be able to record, here.
Yeah, we made it closer to a set with that tablecloth over a whiteboard.
But with that set, we were eventually, beginning of 2017, we were able to, get this set. We were able to get the better equipment, and so we went from that iPhone with an external mic to a webcam to the Yeti that we used for a while. We stepped up from the webcam to the Canon that we're using. That's focused on me right now. To now we've got this 3-point camera shoot that it's something new. It's hopefully something that you guys like better, that more professional quality. And we're hoping that we can continue to grow and do more as Nerdarchy.
Yeah, the camera setup's so new to me. I haven't been on it before, so I'm like, which camera do I look at? This one is pointing right at my face.
Well, that's mainly because we had a technology glitch issue, whatever you want to call it. Something's gonna happen, and blame me. And while Dave's still not back from France, we had to get this video done. We had to get this out, and I was like, all right, Nate, stop doing animation, get over here and get this video done so that we can get this out to you guys.
Speaking of which, we're doing things like going to different conventions. We've been to Gen Cons, we've been to Origins, and we've been to PAX Unplugged. And currently, Dave is over in France right now playing D&D in a castle.
Yeah, so those are awesome things, and we are looking to get out there and do that more. In our beginning, we had people that we looked for inspiration before we hit, video one, before we turned that camera on to record. We're like, all right, who is popular? Who is trending? Whatever you want to call it.
Who do we like?
Who do we like? Who we're going to gain inspiration from? So, I watched a lot of, Spoonie, Counter Monkey, however you want to call him. And, he was, fairly interesting to watch. It was one guy in front of a camera, and that was the norm. I know, Dave and some of the others, they watched, Dawn Forge Cast, DFC, and A Fistful of Dice, and that's what our experience was. So that's why we started off doing the one person on the camera. And it was going to be, you know, oh, we just have a rotating thing. Each person does a video and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, we quickly realized that, like, that's not what we wanted to do. We were looking for more of that interaction.
Yeah, I think you and Dave both decided, hey, let's just, you know, put the camera on, but we'll just talk to each other instead.
Right. And it to me, as opposed to, well, I'm going to deliver a monologue to a camera, is like, no, I'm gonna have a conversation. As the term Nerdarchy implies, I'm a nerd, and I'm fully proud to support that flag.
We know, Ted. We can tell.
And like, I enjoy having conversations about nerdy topics. I have spent hours on the phone with this guy, with Dave, having these conversations. So why not flip a switch and let you guys in on our conversations?
Yeah, it's basically just allowed you to see the conversations that have been going on for 20 or so years in a basement somewhere in New Jersey at somebody's house for a while now. And we just decided we could just share the experience with everybody instead of trying to prep some kind of monologue thing.
Absolutely.
It worked out a lot better.
And on the other side, you know, channels that have, you know, kind of come along since we started that, you know, their channels are awesome. And, you know, we want to give the proper kudos. They've inspired and pushed us to try and, you know, do better and produce higher quality stuff. So, you know, thank you to Jim Davis and Pruitt from WebDM, Logan and Jacob from XP to Level 3, and
Cody from Taking 20.
Yeah.
The three of these channels just kind of showed us what's possible so that we can say, well, you know, I think we can do that too. I think that's what we should be doing.
Yeah, so, you know, there's lots of other great channels that are out there. You know, we're not trying to exclude anybody, but these are just ones that, you know, we wanted to say, you know, special thanks to for, you know, our reasons of, you know, helping to inspire and push us onto, you know, bigger and better things.
Speaking of channel updates, we're doing less videos than normal. We're doing 3 a week, but we're doing higher production quality and prepping for them.
So, you know, we've messed around with the number of videos that we've been doing over the years, and, you know, it's gone from, you know, 5 regular videos to 10 regular videos, 10 regular videos, and the live chats, and it's a lot of content, a lot of stuff that's going, but we want to, you know, really get in there and make great content with over, you know, 3,000 videos I think we have on the channel at this point in time. There's a lot of Nerdarchy content that's out there. So, like, you're not going to be, you know, at a loss for something to watch, something to listen to. But we're hoping that, you know, the stuff that we're going to put out is going to be, you know, well worth your time. So, you know, doing those 3 videos a week with the 3 camera shoot, you know, with us, you know, farming out the editing so that it gets, you know, really well done. You know, we've got, you know, a non-integrated soundboard into this thing, so it's really requiring, you know, hitting record 4 times before we sit down is, you know, pretty amusing. And it can cause some strife when somebody forgets to hit the record on one button, or their, you know, thing's not plugged in properly.
Not blaming anybody, but this is not the first time this video has been shot, just saying.
You know, but with that you know, less videos, that opens up some new opportunities. And, you know, you've got a project that you're working on, have released the first one. You want to get into that?
Yeah, I started doing D&D animations a while back, kind of like the beginning of the channel. I had said, oh yeah, D&D animation shorts or some kind of comic strip thing on YouTube would be awesome. And we all said, yeah, but that's going to be taking a lot of time. I mean, it was going to take more time than was available for any of us at the current start of it. And now that we're kind of where we are now, where especially with the lower amount of videos and just the 2-person setup rather than 3 or 4 people or 5 or 6 or however many the max we've had on one set at a time for Nerdarchy, it's evolved over the time, and it's fluctuated. But now I think we dig the 2-person setup, and for most videos. So that leaves me the odd man out a lot of times, especially with my schedule, I can't make it to the set as much. So what I can do is I can work in my basement long nights on animations. And as I've been told by a friend of the channel, Puff and Forest, they take a long time, a very long time. So, and then longer than that when you think about it. So I've been working on those, and as they're made available and led into the wild, that's when we'll get them. So they'll be like an extra treat on top of the weekly 3.
Yeah. So and with that, we're looking to move away from the regular live chats. We are looking to, every once in a while, a live chat is going to happen. Whether it be an Unearthed Arcana, some kind of news release, something that's like, hey, we got some time and we feel like, just, talking, whatever it is, there might be a special guest, who knows. But they're going to happen every so often. But the regular one, Monday through Friday at noon, those are gone. And we're still going to have Quest and Adventures on Saturday. Typically with the 3 of us, here on set, and what happens. We're gonna keep those going. And it's sad that like the community has kind of come up in those live things. Hopefully you can move on to Discord or Facebook and hang out with us over there.
Yeah, we've got 2 groups for the communities: the Company of the Nag, which is a super secret Facebook group, or Discord, and we'll have links for both of those in the description. And those are places where we in the community hang out when we're not on live chats and not in the live chat chats.
So if you are looking to continue hanging out with the Nerdarchy crew or the Nerdarchy fan base, those are ways that you can go and do it regularly. But we also have we mentioned this a couple of times before, but the updated Patreon.
So Patreon was originally just the Nerdarchy group just coming up with magic items, characters, friends or foes, adventures, and other things to interact with, and monsters, and different types of lore or archetypes and things, and just kind of putting them all into a month and you giving them out as rewards. And that was good for the timing, great. It worked out well. It let us be creative. It let us get a lot of stuff out to the community. But there was stuff that I felt was lacking about it, and as time went on, I was working on it a lot and making sure they got out, and then we kind of shift to having some editing done on it. And then now we're rolling out, we have rolled out a new format for it where Dave and Ted do some videos, and through the video they talk about items, they talk about characters, they talk about in general.
We go into the video knowing that, okay, this is something that might potentially be a Patreon reward video, and then we give it out to people who we know and trust that create within the industry. We've gone out to Critical Hit Publishing with our most recent one, Sean McGovern, and we've got some other people lined up that we're looking to work with, partner with, whatever you want to call it. And they watch the video, and then we give them, here's the parameters. We need magic items. We need a minimum of 1 new monster. We need something that's an NPC, the friend or foe, some kind of adventure or encounter. Now and then a lost lore, which is a catch-all, and we have described different things that can be in that. Some of our writers are like, I don't do player options. I'm only a GM writer. Others are far more fluid with what they can do. But by having somebody take and get an inspiration by our ideas, it's still a Nerdarchy thing. We do pay for their services. This isn't a free thing. But with that, we get a higher caliber reward for you guys and gals that we want to be able to put out there. Down in the description should be a link to the Nerdarchy store where you can grab a free month just to see what it looks like. We did the Impusia, the Curator of Souls, which, frankly, I really love that whole shtick. I think that was a really fantastic set of rewards that Sean did.
And speaking of the Nerdarchy store, there are also plenty of ways to get swag, mugs, hats, shirts with Nerdarchy on it, because we have been asked, as recently as the last live chat, we've been asked, hey, how do you get this stuff? And I was like, well, for the past several years, you've been able to get it over on our nerdarchy.com site.
So you wanna show some love for the channel. You wanna help advertise the brand. That's a way to do it. But if you're over there and you're looking for digital products, we also have stuff that, we've created, and we're going to continue, going in that direction. But there are adventures, there are a handful of supplements. So things that are a lot of fun that, we're really proud to have been able to put out there. And we're looking to, continue that trend. And with us, doing less live chats, that opens up, the hours that we have to work to make more things. So we've already got in progress. We took the Patreon rewards from 2016, and we've taken the first section, the Mage Forge, and we're gonna, it's already mostly done, if not all the way done. But the Mage Forge magic items, we've taken them, tweaked them, added some new stuff, changed some things, made them more of a 5th edition feel, 5th edition mechanics, however you want to look at it, and boom, we're gonna release that. We've added some art, as we've kind of got an artist working with us far more regularly now, and that those magic items are going to be one way that you can be like, hey, you want to add some new stuff to your game, boom, here you go. But we've also got another thing in the works. It's going to take a new twist on monsters, which is always one of my favorites. Favorite things to work on is I want to make something new monster. Yeah, sure, here you go. Let's chop up something and throw it in the game.
And that's our version of kobolds. We're considering a lot of different options and kind of like what we want our kobolds in our world to be like. And I've got some writing on it, so I'm eager to show that to the rest of Nerdarchy.
Yeah, this is really today's the first day I'm hearing that anything's been done on this other than art. So
I've been hiding it. I wanted to make sure I had it kind of like neatly figured out before I showed everybody else.
I like kobolds. I think there's something that's awesome. I can still remember reading back to my 2nd edition books and Cthulhu, the kobold deity, and to have him referenced in the latest Morning Canaan's book. I'm like, ooh, I haven't heard the name Cthulhu in years. Excellent.
Fantastic.
So like that's something that that'll be on the horizon at some point in time as we push and as we move into making new things. But with making new things, we're looking to launch our first Kickstarter, and that could be a major change for us as well. Having our first published physical book, with that Nerdarchy brand on it. I think that's something to really be excited about.
I'm super excited to see it happen. And the great thing is that once we launch the Kickstarter, I mean, it's already been written. It's just it's in the editing. We've got art for it, not all of it, but we've got a good amount of art for it. Working on the maps, we've got the editing going on. So really, it's like partially done already before we even start.
And I'm super excited because we've kind of partnered up with Arknight. And if you're not familiar with them, they do flat plastic miniatures and maps. And I've been working specifically with them to say, okay, these are the necessary ingredients. Can we make the maps? Can we make the minis for these? And on the Kickstarter, you're going to be able to buy specifically. I want the book. I want the maps. I want the minis. You can get any mixture therein, and I'm super excited to get all of this in hand. It's going to be a really awesome product. So the last thing that we have to mention before we close this out is we have a huge sponsorship, partnership, however you want to look at it, for the channel that's going to be coming up. It's a really big name, and we've got a contract signed, but we haven't been given the thumbs up yet to be able to say we're allowed to say who it is yet. So until we do, I'm just gonna say it's a big name.
Was that enough teaser for you, everybody?
and we're really excited because this is gonna allow us to do a lot more. It's going to allow us to push some things, push some boundaries, but I can't say who it is just yet. But as soon as we're allowed, we're totally gonna be able to say who it is, and you guys will know all about it. So with that, let us know what's your favorite thing about Nerdarchy. What do you want to see? What is your favorite thing that we've done? Just let us know your thoughts and feelings down in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
So until next time, stay nerdy.